And it goes a little something like.
Oh, what is up, boys and ladies, boys and girls? Welcome back to another episode on the Dumo podcast.
What up, everyone?
Clap it up. Don't we have a clap button? I think it's this one.
Hey. I got the memory.
That's enough clapping for today.
What up, everyone? Episode 15.
Uh-huh.
Hope you all having a good, wonderful day, a wonderful week.
Yes, sir. A great, wonderful. Yo, you know what? You have to start off Monday. Today's what? Monday, right? Oh no, today's Wednesday.
Today's
my
Wednesday.
goodness, I'm on a different time.
I said
Monday. I thought it was Monday, but today's a Wednesday, so you guys are watching this tomorrow, Thursday, and you know you guys are almost throughout the week. So just push on stronger, finish hard, push on hard, finish strong.
Right?
Let's go.
Yeah. I
low.
noticed that we have like a couple like average viewers that's watch us. Like we get like 30, 20 views. That's like 30 people.
Yeah, 30
So
of
it's
you
good.
guys.
So shout out to all of you guys. I want to say thank you. Appreciate you guys, supporting the Dumo podcast.
Facts. Thank you so much for giving us that love that we need to make us push forward. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, besides all of that, how's everything with you, man? How's life been treating you?
Good. It's the same thing.
Same
I'm doing
thing.
the same
We
thing.
just-
Just work.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
We had a great podcast with your little brother, with your big brother on the previous one.
Oh yeah.
This guy, bro, he's speaking a lot of opinionated facts.
Yeah. You know what he got to work on when I was watching the podcast?
Yeah,
Like, he got to know how to conversate
with people.
with people. It was just him just talking, rambling. It wasn't more of like a conversation. It was more of like a TED Talk.
Just him. Yeah, it was like a TED Talk. He was just mumbling for like a
Yeah.
while. No, it was.
And he was saying that, like, if you watch back, I think because he was a little lit, but he was
Yeah.
repeating the same.
Yeah, I was like,
It was like the
Same
first
thing
20
again.
minutes, and then the first 20 minutes was him, right? And then after like 25 to like 30 like 25 to like 40 minutes, it was the same thing again.
yeah, you like repeated the same thing. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, we're back to this topic. Okay, I was just gonna let him.
laughing.
I was gonna let him speak, because it's his first time.
Yeah, but he also drank, so
Yeah.
I think he got a little bit lit. He drank that was a lot of whiskey.
Yeah,
Just
for that,
strong.
right? It wasn't even yours. It was the one that your sister, I think,
Yeah,
opened up.
McLaren. Yeah.
It was a Maker's Mark.
Nah, Maker's Mark is the cheap thing.
Oh yeah, cheap whiskey. Yeah, I never
Yeah.
drinking whiskey like that. I'm never drinking Maker's Mark whiskey again because it like took me places and just I've had bad memories about it.
Yeah,
so
that thing is-
never again.
Whiskeys are strong, yeah.
Yeah, no, but the one she got was nice. you know?
Yeah, it's soothing, right? It's calm.
Yeah, it was nice and it was nice, calm, collect.
We could definitely drink that.
Yeah, maybe on the next one. Not right now.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna film 2 episodes today.
Yeah.
So I think Andre's starting school, so it's gonna.
Yeah, let me tell you about it, bro. I just started class today. Since I took summer classes when was that? Yeah, I took summer classes August. I've been kind of used to how like the programming is like the structure of how things goes. It's just now I have 3 classes, but here's a kick. It's 3 classes, but it feels like 5. Well, you lost your watch?
No.
Oh.
I think it's poking me.
Oh, so it's 3 classes, but I feel like I'm taking 5 because there's like a class within the class. It's like a separate entity. Yeah. So like for example, I have like 3 classes right now. I'm taking accounting, I'm taking like operation management and finance, right? But then I also have like an Excel part of that class.
Yeah.
So that's like that's in itself a different part of the class because you have to do like the Excel worksheets and stuff like that. And they were telling me like, oh, in every whatever business or job that you're trying to apply to, you need to master, be proficient with Excel and Microsoft Word, all of the programs with Microsoft, dealing with Microsoft. So I was like, okay, now it feels like 5 classes. But in my head, I'm like, okay, if I've gotten through with it in summer, it's just like an extra 2-3 classes, right? I'm like, don't sweat it. In my head, I'm like thinking, I saw a TikTok before coming in earlier. It was like they were talking about us being like, we don't understand like negative. I don't know if it's negative feedback. I don't want to get it wrong, but like, for example, if I were to tell you, Sonam, don't think of an elephant. You think of an elephant, right?
Yeah.
So the TikTok was like trying to say like, if you focusing on how hard these classes are gonna be, eventually, of course, it's gonna be hard. So just don't think like that. Like if you think in a way like, okay, just focus on, okay, I'm gonna pass these classes week by week, step by step. It'll be easy.
Okay.
You know, that's how like that TikTok video related to me, and I was like,
that definitely makes sense. Yeah.
You know, I forgot what it's called, negative something, but yeah, I'll figure out later. I'll put it down like how we did in the other video. Because your brother, he was like, virtue is a good thing. I was like, wait, what? That's definitely. I wanted to fact check him, like, yo, is it true what virtue is, like the way that he defined it? And I checked. It was like virtue is like defined as something else. But he understands the product of what virtue is, but he didn't fully define what virtue meant. So then like he's like, how dare you like put an asterisk? And I'm like, oh, bro, I just want to make sure that you're speaking facts.
Yeah. Okay. Actually.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I know. Yo, a lot of people starting school. Like I see my sister just went off to college.
How was Riot up there?
No, it wasn't bad. The area is really nice.
And you drove?
Not me. No, Tashi drove.
Oh, Tashi drove?
I'm too late. I don't want to drive.
Yeah.
Like, if Tashi's there, he will drive. He don't mind driving. He told me to drive. I was like, nah. But yeah, I saw like all the college kids, and then that area, it's New Paltz. That area is so nice.
New Paltz.
Like, yeah, it's a good area. There's even like Tibetan people there. I saw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have like their own Tibetan and pho restaurant.
The community is up there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a small one. I don't think there's a lot, but there's like a couple of Tibetan people that go to that school.
To New Paltz. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's cool. I mean, you saw a few of your, what you call your townsmen in a different part of New York. Because when we think about New York, we're thinking only about New York City and probably Long Island. Like people that don't know New York, like don't understand that there's another part of New York which is like all of upstate, Buffalo, Syracuse, Binghamton. Like not a lot of people know about those places. New York is just just New York City. We just want to come to New York City. Nah, there's a lot more to New York. Yeah. But that's good. Yeah, your sister's starting college again, which is probably like most of you guys that are watching that are still in college.
Yeah, I think everybody's starting classes now.
Yeah, it's usually end of August. Usually is like the beginning. It's just more so like a welcoming part of the classes. Like, hey guys, this is what you need to do. Blah blah blah. If you have any questions, this and that, just dial your professor, email, and it's not hard. It's more so just trying to keep up, because if you fall back, bro, the worst feeling.
Especially college, because it's not like high school, where if you do fail a class, like you will have a certain time to make it up. Like you take summer classes, so you don't get left behind. Yeah. College is once you fail, that's it. You gotta wait till next year to retake it, and you're wasting money too if you are paying for college.
Yeah, like I'm paying for college, so it's like I have to pass these classes. Because I think out of my whole career in college, which was a while, it's been like 6 years. Jesus, I failed 2 classes, and both of them were the same ones.
Oh, really? What class?
Yeah, it was pre-calc.
Oh, pre-calc.
And I was like, I don't think I was taking it serious. So I was like half-assing the class. Like I was like, and I was like procrastinating left and right a little bit. I was like, this assignment can be like due until next week, so I won't, touch it, or I'll just focus on it later. That later become tomorrow, become the next week, and then I'm like, oh snap! Now I'm like troubled because I have so much piles of assignments, Yeah.
So it wasn't a hard class. You just like
it wasn't
because if you really like study, you could have.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, I get it. Okay, so it wasn't a hard class.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's what like when college, like with you guys that are in college. College is not. I don't feel like college is a hard thing. It's more so, are you interested in the topic being discussed?
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like, because if you're interested and if you're intrigued, like, oh yeah, I really want to study all this shit. Like I wanna actually dive deeper into understanding what the hell we're talking about. Then it's not it's not more so boring. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna keep up, and I actually want to be ahead. You actually force yourself trying to be ahead. So then, like, I don't know. It's not like you don't want to. It's not a nerdy thing or a geek thing. It's more so like whatever discussion you're talking about during class. Let's say the professor's talking about a specific subject. You want to be like, oh yeah, I recently just learned this, you know, and that feels good. That gives you that dopamine effect. Like, oh yeah, I learned it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, back in high school, I'm pretty sure like you went through that where you're like taking classes, Sonny, and you're like, oh yeah, fuck, I knew this already, and it's like, you know. So that's the thing with college. That's the thing with college. It's not that hard. Just to see whether or not you as an individual is interested in whatever the hell we're talking about.
Yeah, because I know a lot of college students, they get confused of what they want to do. You know, even at like I'm old now. Like I'm 25, turning 26.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at that point where like I still don't know what I want to do.
And that's fine.
Like yeah, it's fine. It's nothing wrong with that. A lot of kids, I know they struggle to figure out what they want to do, and my advice to you guys is like, try to really take the time to see what you like and what you want to do, because there's gonna be like times where you're gonna feel like, oh, I want to do this. You do it for a couple of months, and then you want to do something else, you know. So you really gotta figure yourself out, see what type of person you are. Don't just sit at home doing nothing. Really try to explore and do it.
Yeah.
Like explore the things you want to do and actually do it. You know, so you're testing the water.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Before, yeah. So yeah, like, you know, back on what Sonny said, like I could relate because before I tried wanting to go into finance, bro. I wanted to study criminal justice, and I thought I was into it. Like, yo, I'm gonna become a cop, because in my head, this was what went on. I was like, okay, I'm gonna study criminal justice, become a cop, take the easy way, easy route, you know? Because to me, I thought that was like a not so semi-hard route where I could just become a cop and then I'll have like a stable job, a 9 to 5. But then I started taking these law classes that like backs up to whatever I'm studying, like criminal justice, and I was like, oh my God. I fell asleep in like the classes, in the law classes. I remember the class was law 1101, something like that. And it was an old professor, and he's a retired cop. So he was just speaking, and old people, they have like this, they talk like that, and it's very low. And I'm like, oh God, he was interesting at first because he was talking about cases, but then like when we dove deeper into the cases and like understanding like, oh, Roe v. Wade, on all these other Supreme Court cases that was talked about, that was discussed long time ago, and how they all like, oh, you know, this relates to this, and how can we judge this, what is it called, the defendant based off of these old cases, prior cases. I was bored. I was like, oh my goodness. I was yawning. Like, yeah. I've never yawned so much before. I was just like, and it was just not interesting.
Yeah, definitely like criminal justice. I figured out like there's level to it. Like anybody could become an NYPD. Yeah. You know, anybody could just become a cop. You know, it's very simple. I don't think you even need to take classes for it. Mm. But if you actually did study for criminal justice, you would have had a bachelor degree, and you could have been getting a job. Not because why would you get a bachelor degree and work as an NYPD? You know, I think you might have to need a little bit law enforcement, but then since you have a bachelor degree, you have more chance of going to work for the SVU, the Special Victims Unit. You could work for criminal investigation. You could do DEA, and you get paid more there. Or you could just be like the bad guy where you do like forensics. Mm. So it's more safe, but now you're at the crime scene and you're figuring things out. Yeah. So I think those stuff is a little bit more fun than patrolling the streets and like writing out tickets. And I know those cops, they do a lot of paperwork.
The regular cops that just graduate cops, like
yeah. You know, I think you just take a test or like an 8-month training or something like that. I don't know. I might be wrong, but right. I know it's so simple because I remember Facebook. I was on Facebook and the ad just came up. Become a cop today. Online classes.
Oh yeah.
6 months training. I'm like, what the hell?
That shit for 6 months.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn. So what you were studying for is like you could have worked for the FBI. You could have done DEA, work for the drugs, and it's more thinking, more IQ thinking. Right. So it's like a higher level and you could have got paid a lot more.
Oh, my IQ must have been low because I was so bored in that class.
Yeah.
I felt like I wasn't.
No, you probably
doing,
you probably didn't like it.
Mm.
But yeah,
that was
because
the
people
thing.
think like, yo, because people think like, oh, I graduated from criminal justice, I'm gonna become a cop. It's like, no, you don't want to. You could have just joined the army for 2 years,
automatic.
and then you got automatically, it would take a freaking class. But with the 4-year thing, you'll make a lot more money doing like
Other
investigation,
types of work related stuff in the criminal justice field. Yeah, it's just that and just driving. I used to have that beat up Honda.
Oh yeah, you went to NASA, right?
I went to Nassau, so you understand my dream. My whole dream was like, okay, I didn't even want to go to Nassau. I literally wanted to go to Syracuse. That was like my dream school. I wanted to go to Syracuse and play football up there. But then like with the whole situation, understanding like, your status as an immigrant is this and that. I was just like, whoa, like it threw me under the bus like heavy. I felt like I was gonna like at least come in, play some football in Syracuse. In my head I was thinking like, okay, go to Syracuse, play a little bit of ball. Even if I don't make it in NFL, at least I play college ball. I got shot down, bro. AC 130, like just shot me with Miss what's her name, Miss Soriano. Miss Soriano was like, yo, you have to pay for school, and I was like, what? In my head, I'm like, pay for school. I thought it was like info tech. I thought it was like you didn't have to pay for school, or like we got money funded by the government. She's like, yeah, you do get funded by the government. You get like financial aid and things like that, but you a citizen? And I'm like, oh, you gotta be a citizen. Oh, okay. All right. Let me check. Go home. Like, yo, ma, a citizen? She goes like, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, damn, bro. It's like, don't even tell me. I'm like, damn, I'm an immigrant, bro. I didn't know that. I'm going through school thinking like everything's all fine and dandy,
Yeah.
Just to get hit with the, yo, you're not
you don't
qualified.
find out.
I never found out. If I knew if I knew the things that I knew now back then, like, oh, you're an immigrant, I would have set up myself for success. Like, hey, Dre, like, study this. Like, you need to get your paperwork filed. You need to tell your parents to sign up, for either a green card or this and that. Like, I didn't know none of that. I'm just thinking that you came here. I came here legally, which I did with a tourist visa. And that just expired. I overstayed my stay, bro. Damn. New York, what's it called? United States. Damn, So I felt like I got violated. But at the end of the day, you can't focus on the negative. It's like, all right, what can we do now? Mm-hmm. What positive can we do now? So just moved on from there.
Yeah.
Now here I am. Almost a year, and literally, bro, a year.
You still don't have your papers, right?
And I still don't have my papers, bro. It's like the only thing I can think of is either one, because for those of you guys that don't know, I'm under the Obama administration's DACA program, and a lot. Trust me, bro. A lot of these people can relate to like DACA. I know a lot of people that's under it, and I know a lot of people that are applying for the first time, or can't even apply. And like, bro, I've been given an opportunity to like be able to work. And, I have Social Security and be able to pay taxes and stuff like that. Some people that can't do it is like tough,
Yeah, they have nothing.
They have nothing. You've been blessed with like a green card, which is amazing, bro. Mm-hmm. And, like, you could travel,
Yeah.
work and stuff. But people that's under DACA, like, especially what just happened, like the court ruling that passed with the Supreme Court, I think last month. Like, yo, your first time, it's like it's on hold. We're not gonna give you access.
DACA is like student visa, right?
DACA is so the whole idea behind DACA is people who came here at a young age. We're gonna give you a Social Security card, and once we give you a Social Security card, we enable you to have employment authorization card, which is like a work permit. So without that work permit, like, we wouldn't be able to work.
Okay.
Right. Even if you got an SS, you wouldn't be able to work unless you had that authorization, because we're categorized with the Social Security. Oh, this person, this Social Security, we're not going to adjust the status unless it has the EAD, the employment authorization card, right? So, like, obviously, like, once I got that, my first job was, I think, Benihana in the city. I believe it was Benihana, something like that. Working with Tyrone. Remember He was a bar back before he was
Oh yeah.
you know. So yeah, but like to simplify it, if you don't have that, then you wouldn't be able to work. But then that gave opportunities for kids to like go to college, pursue the degrees, and then graduate and stuff like that. But I think the only quickest way to getting a green card is through marriage, and that's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know?
I know a lot of people that does that.
Yeah, especially if you're a U.S. citizen, it's like even quicker. If you're a U.S. citizen, I think with green card holders, because I think my cousin is going through that. She married a green card holder, not a U.S. citizen.
Oh yeah.
So I believe it's a little longer,
Yeah, it is a little longer.
right?
Yeah.
So with that, even though she's getting it, it'll be quicker if she did marry a U.S. citizen. But you know, obviously, regardless, it's a good thing that she has a kid now. And you know they're both married, and she just has to wait now.
Yeah, I know. I remember at some point they were trying to. I think Trump was trying to take away DACA, right? People were scared.
Bro, for me, it wasn't scared, bro. It was just like, oh man, we going through this shit again. You know, it's like, what the hell is gonna happen next?
Yeah.
You know, but like all things said, now they had the thing with Biden saying that, not Biden, sorry. I believe the Senate, they passed like a bill where it's called a reconciliation package. They're supposed to include DACA in there, and they're supposed to provide a pathway to citizenship in that bill. So right now, obviously, I guess, did it pass the Senate? I'm forgetting how it. I think it goes from the House to the Senate, and then the president to check it. You know. So yeah, right now we're just in that loop and we're just waiting for like the bill to be passed. Because bro, once it gets passed, and if they tell you DACA recipients are able to get a green card, bro, first thing I'm hitting, bro, we going out of the state, bro. As soon as I get my green card, me and you,
because you could go out to the state, right?
Yeah, we can go out to the state
Right now.
Yeah, I could go to Puerto
just
Rico.
the country. Okay.
I could go to Puerto Rico. I could go to Hawaii. Any territory, any U.S. territory I can hit. But like if I wanted to go, I mean I could go right now to my country, but it has to be like for a really good reason. Like my grandparent died or like something in the family like happened to come up. They call it the hell do they call it? They call it it's like a hall pass. I forgot the name, but they give you like a hall pass to like go there to your country, and then you have to be back within a certain time. But here's the catch: if you do come back, and if it was a situation like Trump, like if you come and they wouldn't allow people back, the TSA is technically gonna be in charge whether or not you come into the state or not. So let's say a TSA agent is like having a bad day. And they're like, oh man, I don't like this person right now. They could literally fuck up your whole life then and there when you return. Yeah. Deny you coming back to the United States.
Like, sorry guys.
Like, sorry.
Deny entry.
Damn, bro, you gotta take a flight back to your country. And that's it. Your life is now gone. Yeah, it's a crazy risk. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the whole DACA situation. Let's just wait and see. It's just more of a wait and see kind of thing.
Yeah, that's scary. I know like certain people like my family, they get a little bit scared, you know?
Yeah.
But then like I told them like, that shouldn't be an excuse to let you not like, for you not to do what you want, in life. So like there's a lot of people that we know, like a couple of delivery guys that they come in by themselves. For instance, like Brian, come from Guatemala.
Oh yeah.
No papers, no family member, just his cousin, and he's living on his own. So he just came out of high school.
Oh yeah. Oh, recently he graduated?
Yeah, recently graduated, right? I think he started because when I met them, they were both like 16.
Oh yeah, they would have been graduated. They're probably like 19 now.
Yeah. So it was like a lot of people's situation is like really tough, and where they have to work right after school. Like they go to school and then they go to work. They go to school and they go to work. A lot of people don't even have to do that. When you're in high school, you just come to school, you come home, you
Privilege.
eat, and yeah. So it's like you see the different aspect of it. Like I'm like, damn, yeah. Like they probably having it like way harder,
Yeah, that's why I understand. Like, these delivery guys, when we worked at the restaurant, it's like, dang, you guys are going through this. I never would have expected. I'm here complaining like I'm not getting, a scholarship or like a full ride to Syracuse, while you, on the other hand, is just trying to barely make it.
Yeah.
Just to go to school.
And you have and they have like no support system.
Yeah,
like no family member, no nothing at all.
And that's
back home.
tough.
to
That's
them.
tough for people who's going through situations like that. I amend you. I commend you hard, like, bro. Male, female, you guys are going through some rough patches in life when it comes down to things like that. And I feel like the only thing that could like push you forward is your drive and your will to see a brighter future in this country. Like people, like the whole thing that's happening in Afghanistan. Like we see it in the news.
Oh yeah, that's
You saw the video where like I think they were leaving Kabul, Afghanistan, and then there was a plane that literally was taking like hundreds of people. But obviously Afghanistan is not just those people in the plane. There's more. Like people will risk their lives just to hop on a plane. I think a B-130. The United States plane, and just to get out of the area that they're from. They'll risk their lives because like you saw the plane go one up, and I think 2 people fell. Bro, what?
I'm surprised all of them. I thought all of them would fall because that's so risky. You saw how much people jumped on?
I saw how much people jumped on, but I think on the plane I saw only 2 people fall. I think most of them like they jumped on and they started to rationalize. They're like, nah, I'm not gonna kill myself just to, cause bro, it's
But you see the how desperate they were, right?
mad desperate.
Yeah, damn.
Imagine being in their shoes. Like we don't experience that because we're here already. They don't even want. In their head, their thought process is they don't even want to go to the States yet. They just need to get out of Kabul because the Taliban. We see the Taliban. It's like we look at them. We're like, oh, maybe they're just very.
They look like villagers. They just look like they have their own beliefs. Because I know what USA trying to do. They're trying to take control of a lot of countries,
right,
including North Korea and Afghanistan. I think they're the only 2 countries that
just left.
Is left that's not really like with us or not like
Allied with us.
Yeah, not even allied. More like I forgot what it's called.
Like they have their own system.
Yeah, they have their own system, and their currency is their currency. Whatever money they make, it doesn't flow through us. Because USA they try to be everywhere.
Yeah.
But wait, Afghan they're completely taken over now, right?
Yeah, they have like I think
that was a
Kabul.
lot because they took over the president.
Oh yeah, no, the president dipped.
Yeah, they took over the president, so they pretty much took over Afghanistan.
They technically took over what you call it, Capitol Hill in the United States. Like they took over that part. And I see also some people like, oh, why are they? Why are we? Some people are mad that the Taliban's are overtaking their own Capitol Hill. But when early this January we had our own little Capitol riot, like people were overtaking. They were trying to go into United States Capitol Hill. I was like, bro, like we worry about our country, about United States, and let them worry about their country. Like
I think the only difference is when they took over our Capitol Hill, they didn't have guns.
They didn't have guns. They just wanted to riot.
Yeah, they just wanted to riot. But I guarantee you, if they come in with guns, they would have shot every single person down.
Pop, pop, pop.
Because I know USA is savage.
OD. You think? I don't think. I don't think the United States really care for its people, bro. Like deep down, on the deep end, like if you really dive down, I don't think the United States really. We care for the people. We the people, bro. That's like just like I don't know. Like it's a delusion to really think if you really think that that your country really cares for you. Like, bro, there's so many. Like we're being manipulated by the people that's actually in charge. This is the closest thing you'll have to freedom, but just understand that they want to make you feel like you have freedom, but deep down inside you don't, bro. Nah, bro. Like they're trying to take our rights away with the guns. You know the whole like yo, possess guns.
Speaking about presidents, the Filipino president.
Yeah.
He's mad funny. You know him, right?
Yeah, he's a jokester. What's about him?
He'd be serious because for instance, like what I like about this guy so much is because how he's different from other presidents. I think is he considered dictator? Kinda, right?
A dictator? To be honest,
I think so.
Would you classify him as a dictator? I forgot his name. So.
His name is Rodrigo Duterte, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know. This is a question for the Filipinos out there. Like, yo, you think your president is a dictator? Like, all right, Sonny, like search up dictator right now. Search up what dictator means.
because I think dictator, because like because what I like about his quotes, well, not his quote, what he says like in public television, like he kills people that doesn't stand by his laws.
Yeah.
So I consider that dictatorship. Because if you don't follow my rules, I'm gonna kill you.
Or he's just a full on nationalist where he just really cares for his country, and if you don't abide with what the country is,
because being a dictator is not a bad thing.
yeah,
It's just certain beliefs people have that they do. What's morally wrong or what's morally right.
Yeah.
His things are like he said, like Hitler massacred 3 million Jews, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 million drug addicts in Philippines. I'll be happy to slaughter them. That's what he said.
He said that shit?
Yeah, so he want to kill drug dealers and drug users. So he said, like, he's mad funny. He's like, you know what? If I see you guys, like, I would be happy to shoot you.
That's crazy because he's saying a bold statement like that, but what if your kid gets caught? Like, are you going to compromise?
He probably is.
You know? Like, would you really, you understand? So
yeah, but what I like about it is, like, he's putting fear into kids to not do that drugs. Because a lot of kids that start doing drugs at a young age, they start doing weed, then cigarettes, and they start doing cocaine, then heroin, and their life is fucked up already. They start doing like opiates and ecstasy and blue pills, whatever that shit is. You know?
Yeah.
So like, think about it like this. Like, I'm thinking like, yo, if I was in high school and our president said that shit, then I'd be scared to do that shit. I wouldn't even touch that shit. You know? So he's making a kind of like a good. It's not. Because I think it's a good thing.
It's negative reinforcement.
Yeah.
It's negative
It's a good thing.
reinforcement.
You know, like, what Hitler did was kind of fucked up because he's just killing Jews.
Right.
Right? And those Jews didn't do nothing wrong. They just have their own beliefs, right? Why did he... What was this?
So I've read a few articles with, like, the whole Holocaust situation. And the whole thing, especially with, like, Austria... the whole country with Austria. So, if I'm not mistaken, you guys need to fact check me on this. But Austria was struggling, and Germany came in to help them. So I think, there you go. I've watched. I think I saw an article on Facebook. Definitely need to fact check me on this. It was an article on Facebook about this lady who was Jewish from Austria who survived the Holocaust. And she was saying that at first Germany came in to help them like tremendously, like give them, blah, 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 this and that aid and stuff like that. But then slowly and surely they started implementing things that was bad. But it came slowly. It didn't came automatically like, all right, if you're Jewish, we're going to kill you. It didn't come off like that. It came slowly. So it was like a building of like things that like, that's why people are complaining like right now, like, oh, we need to mandate the vaccines. It came slowly, like those type of scenarios, until whatever hit the nail was, when they started numbering the Jews and then they put them in the chambers and started killing them off. I'm like, damn, that's very extreme. That's an extreme kind of scenario and an extreme example. But the people that I was watching on Facebook, they were sharing that like, we might be going through whatever the people in Holocaust was going through because we're going through the same shit they're going through, except it's like steps, little by little, until it becomes, once they mandate the vaccine, people say, all right, yeah, we take the vaccine. And then they're thinking like, now they're going to implant a chip in our thing. Maybe something extreme, something drastic like that, And then people's like, whoa, when did this? People are going to start being scared. Like, when did this happen? Like, bro, it started with the whole vaccine and the whole corona. Like, it slowly built. Like a pyramid until it reached the top, and then you like, all right, the climax is, yo, you need to put a chip, and this is how you're gonna buy and sell. Right now they're like, you can't come inside a restaurant, and you're not gonna be able to, unless you have a vaccine record. Yeah. So it's like slowly, like little shits like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah.
But I understand your point of view with like, it's you need to take the vaccine. I believe too. Like I feel like you should take the vaccine for your own greater good. But if they start doing some reckless shit and say, yo, you need to take a chip because then you're not going to be able to pay. Because, bro, we're playing with Apple Pay right now.
Yeah.
We're paying with our phones.
I feel like those chips will never happen, though.
That's what
never happen.
In my head,
it's kind of like, we'll have a phone. Why do we need to put a chip inside of us?
Right.
I feel like that's all just conspiracy theories making those kind of statements. You know? I doubt that thing will ever happen.
I mean,
You know, I feel like that's kind of like a long stretch. That
I feel like it's a long stretch, but like the things especially the things that are occurring now, I'm just like, we're not too far off. Like, you never know. Because, bro, Tesla literally just came out with news saying that we have AI bots.
yeah, but this is different from putting like some shit in your body.
Bro-
I know they are creating something where they put something in your like a thing where it goes like it's kind of like a chip, and then it fights out bacteria for like disease.
That's true, bro. That's what
But I'm saying it makes no sense to put a chip to buy shit with it. We already have that, which is a credit card. So it makes no sense. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they give me something better instead of like buying and selling, this is everything. This your identity. It's like it makes no sense. You know,
Right.
we have all IDs for that shit. Why do we need a fucking?
Because, okay, so I could see why they would implement it. The reason why I would say that an RFID chip would be implemented in our skin is because you wouldn't have to worry about a wallet, right? Because
That's
everything
dumb,
is getting digitalized now. Think about it. Cryptocurrency is like there.
So why do we need?
This
a
is still the
phone then?
beginning. Exactly. Why would we need a phone? Who knows? Technology might be up to a point where it's like the screens just pop out of your hand and you'll just dial it
I
from
think that's a little bit.
It's a stretch, but I'm saying like it's eventually
in the
bound
future,
to
yeah,
happen.
in the future, maybe. I believe that in the future, but not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. I don't know. You never know.
How lazy we
Sometimes-
gonna get, you know?
True,
But
you
yeah,
know.
what I also want to mention about the Filipino president. You know, when the Pope, right?
Filipino. I forgot his name, bro. Dutertes is Dictator? No. What's his actual name? It's not Ricky.
No, Rodrigo.
Rodrigo. He's like the. Okay. Just keep going.
So you know the Pope of Francis.
Pro Francis.
So
Yeah.
he came to Philippines and then it was like jamming all the traffic, like so people wanted to see him. You know, Filipino, they're very like a lot of Catholics.
Yeah, a lot of Catholics.
And but you know what, the president got so tight because it created so much traffic jam, like 3 to 4 hours. He said, "I wanted to call him Pope, son of a whore, go home. Do not visit us again."
Yo, he don't care, bro.
Yeah, you know what he said about Donald Trump? He was like, you know, I don't like that guy. He's like, just give me salt and vinegar. I'll eat his liver.
Oh. Yo, he's crazy. That's a crazy statement to put out there, bro.
Yeah.
That's
he
the
even
Filipino
talked shit
president.
to Obama, and Obama wanted to come to Philippines,
Yeah.
and he's like, no, don't come. he's fuck you, son of a bitch.
Oh yeah? You think he's in charge of his all of his like social media? You think it's him that's typing it, or like he just tells people
think
like, yo,
not.
type
No,
it?
no, it's not him typing it. It's him saying on live on TV.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is all TV. That's what's the funny part.
Oh, it's live
I feel like,
broadcast.
remember the whole COVID-19 happened, right? During the time, you know what he said? He said, after 8 p.m., if I see anybody outside, I will kill them. He said, don't worry, I'm gonna go on my motorcycle with my gun. I'm gonna look for you guys.
The president saying this.
I'm gonna shoot your ass.
That's right.
He's like, I've done it before. I'm gonna do it again. He's like, everyone after 8 p.m. gotta stay home. I'm like, oh damn. I'm like, yo, president said that shit. Nobody will be. Nobody will be outside.
Yeah. Now that's the thing. I don't know if I don't know. See, here's the structure with my country, and I don't know if it's similar with like with the Philippine country as well. Is the way you become president? It's not like, you know, with presidents here, you go through like law school and blah blah blah. They're hard like that because they've gone through actual like army training. Like they come from the ranks, like private until they become general, and then once they like. People that choose presidents, especially in countries like mine in the Philippines, we choose it based off of background, like they've been in the army before, so they know how to lead. You know, so that's why he's a hard head like that. The way that Duterte, that's his name, right? Duterte. The way that he implements his ideology is because it was influenced by him joining the army. I'm pretty sure my president's like, I don't know if my president.
Yeah, a lot of countries, the only way you're gonna become a president is
Military.
you have to be in the army, and then you gotta work. You gotta fight great battles. You gotta fight great wars. You gotta have like you made such an impact for your own country. Like he's capable of becoming ruling our country. You know.
That's how our country was before too. United States was like that with George Washington and all of the great generals.
Yeah.
You know, you understand that they came
Yeah.
from a military background, but now it's more like, all right, you went to law school, you
You're
understand
smart,
politics,
yeah.
you're smart with your words, and then that's why I feel like the American political system is like crumbling a little bit because they don't have that. They've been through this hardship. You know, I'm pretty sure they haven't gone to war. You know, they haven't physically picked up a gun and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I started getting more into Republican Democrats. It's like it started way back then,
Right?
like right when George Washington. I think back then they called themselves, I think, a free state, and what was the other one? I think a slave state.
Oh,
Yeah, so I think democracy was like a free state,
free state.
and then
Republicans.
whereas they call themselves slave state. They were known, so it was like the North versus the South.
That's what you see. Like most of the Republicans is like people from down south. People are like you would technically call Caucasian white. Like,
Yeah,
you know, and that's what I didn't even know.
that's where
about
the
that.
racism comes from. Like, I'm sure like a lot of people down south. I'm sure they changed most of them, but I know some of them that like they back then their parents was like
Yeah, I feel like we all are a
Was
little
this-
racist.
was a fucking a slave owner and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, with I'm pretty sure, and before back then, I think they had. I believe from what I've heard is that the Constitution they didn't, or Thomas Jefferson wanted to not bring in just a two-party system. They wanted to be like, so that's why we have a Green Party, but no one freaking knows about the Green Party.
Yeah, I don't even know.
You know, we have a Green Party. Like, to be honest, I don't know in full depth about the Green Party, but we have a third party. We have mad parties that they don't bring in. It's just either red or blue.
Yeah,
You know, so, and that's the whole thing. Like, right now, I wish, not I wish, but I will definitely get in touch with like the whole political infrastructure and understanding like why it comes out, because we're getting older, so we need to understand the policies that they bring upon us. You know, we don't want to be like clueless.
Yeah.
So like, it's good that you started. I'm gonna get started just a little bit just to understand, because
Yeah,
I took.
I also know that freaking Abraham Lincoln, he's the one that freed the states
Yeah.
during his presidency. I think he's the one that actually gave black people like freedom.
But didn't he have slaves too? Didn't he have slaves? Or
Him?
maybe I'm saying
No, not
right?
him.
Never,
Because he was in a free state. He was
Oh,
on
shit.
Washington D.C.
Yeah. Okay.
So he lived there.
Makes
So
sense.
he knew it was morally wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and that downside people, they only kept them because it was money for them, profits, selling cottons to the
What is
I
that
think-
called?
to Europe,
Mm.
to the UK.
Okay.
So there was like profit, and then I know there was a whole time where like UK and other the states, I think like England and Poland, they wanted to intervene.
With our civil
So
stuff.
they wanted to kill all the free states. So it was
Oh,
been
shit.
straight Republican. But then Abraham Lincoln, he was so smart. Like he was like, this is a silver mat. This is between North and South, and we're not doing it to mess up your profit. We're doing it for the slaves.
Right.
So then now they couldn't intervene
Right.
because it's like they're fighting for freeing the slaves, like for human rights.
Like moral
So
the
the-
moral code.
So he switched it around. He was like, yo, we gotta figure out a way to.
Oh, he did all that?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
he was really smart. He was reading like a lot of books. That's why I was like, oh, like what made him like Abraham Lincoln? You know, what made him so popular? You know,
Right.
because back then only the presidents that we know that's really like famous is what Thomas Jefferson,
Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln,
George Washington. Those three. But like, how about the other rest? Like, what did
Right.
they do? You know, just regular presidents.
Yeah, how many? Okay, so let's go. How many presidents do you know, from the top of your head? Like, you could
Only
just name.
those three.
Only those three?
Obama, Donald Trump. That's
Okay,
five.
yeah. Go start with George Washington.
George Washington.
That's one.
I don't even know two.
Hey, dude, we just said like 4.
Abraham Lincoln.
Uh-huh.
Thomas Jefferson.
Uh-huh.
Obama.
Donald Trump.
Who's the other one?
Before Trump. Before Obama.
Bill Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
That's it?
I forgot.
No, come on. Really think that, like, it's in the back of your head. I'm gonna try it after this.
Go do it.
Okay.
Do it with
okay,
me.
you have like 6 or 7, all right?
6. Yeah, start off from 6.
All right, so whatever you said, George W. Bush,
Oh yeah, George W. Bush.
George H.W. Bush, his dad,
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan, he was a good president. We have Calvin Coolidge.
I didn't even know that.
We have Teddy Roosevelt. We have Andrew Jackson.
Okay, Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson's on the $20 bill. We have what was his name? Hamilton on the $10 bill. What else? I was gonna say Benjamin Franklin, but he's not there. What else? We have John F. Kennedy. We have the one who preceded him was Lyndon B. Johnson. That's about it. Yeah.
I don't know, like there's so many people like presidents. There's
Herbert Hoover.
Yeah, we have so many, but what did they?
What did they do? Right?
That made them so like nothing. They're just
Yeah.
presidents. They were just there.
And that's the thing, bro. We have our first black president. Now it's like, yo, we trying to get a female president. You think? Okay, here's the thing. You think United States will ever have a gay president?
No.
Like that comes out like, yo, I'm a fully gay president.
No.
Nah.
Republican and
Democrats.
they wouldn't allow it.
Because I understand a president that can support the gay movement, but I've never seen a fully gay president.
I think we gotta start off with because the reason why I say no,
right?
Not because I'm being ignorant, because
Yeah.
I know how America is. They're savage.
Yeah.
We still didn't have a female president. Female president. So like, how can we jump to like having a gay president?
Right. Like
first, we gotta
LGBT.
at least have a girl president. Then I'm like, okay, maybe there might be hopes of having a gay president or like a transgender president.
Right.
It's like,
because you gotta understand, times are changing. Times are different from the back in the 1700s. You understand that. You understand that grasp.
Yeah, but we still follow like a certain law.
Right.
Throughout the years,
Right.
Back then, like women, they were never allowed to be making decisions for wars and stuff like that because they didn't have the mindset and they weren't. I think the reason why because I don't know, they said like the reason why we don't have women president is because they're capable of thinking.
They're incapable of thinking?
Yeah, like they will think emotionally. They wouldn't think like smart.
Yeah, like logically. Like,
yeah, because if one president be like, "You're dumb."
What the fuck you said, bitch?
And then bomb.
Nuclear bomb. Boom. Oh, yeah.
So that's what they say. I think Donald Trump said that to Hillary Clinton.
I think he did. I recall that.
That makes sense.
Donald Trump is one of the most savage presidents, bro. He really didn't give a fuck because I feel like the way he was, how people go into like the lobby and they ask for money for their campaigns and things. The dude was rich from the get-go.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
He's like, I don't need your money, bro. Yeah. So at a point when he was running his campaigns, he's like, "You don't even worry, bro." It's like whatever. To be honest, if I'm president, I don't even need to get paid. That's what he was. I just him as a president and him not giving. What I noticed is he didn't give a single fuck because why? He went golfing most of the time. Bro, you a president of one of the biggest and most influential countries in the world, and you go golfing. You're
see his diet?
Huh?
You see his diet?
Nah, what's his diet like?
They said that he likes to drink like 3 cans of Coke a day.
Damn.
He likes to have like McDonald's every day.
See, this dude's a crazy dude, bro. But I mean, it's either they choose you because your values are ideal to them and it makes sense and it connects, relates, or you're just an extremist like Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. And then
as a president, you gotta be very like savage. You gotta know how not to give a fuck. Because there's gonna be so much backlash on what other people think, left and right, other countries, talking shit. Nobody's gonna, no matter what you do, there's always gonna be people that's against you, And as a president, it's like you gotta know how to be a little bit more like ruthless, You gotta know how to be like savage, kind of.
Yeah.
Because if a country messes with you, because if a country knows they know your weakness and they know you're weak, they're gonna take advantage of you. They're gonna take over. The reason why we're still standing, because a lot of people think that times change. Back then, what did we live for? What was it all about back then?
I feel like back then was they wanted to get slavery out the way and freedom.
No. Like I'm talking about the world.
Oh, what you mean? Like back in? Oh, like way back, like cavemen?
No, not cavemen. It's more like naturally, like back
for
then.
power.
War,
yeah.
All we knew was war. Who's stronger? Who's the strongest? Which country is the strongest? Back then it was more savage. I could just walk up to you and stab your neck, nothing will happen.
True.
Maybe your family come after me, but I have a whole family, so we're going to war, bitch. Now it's like, oh, you stab somebody because you did something wrong. You get locked up. You go to jail.
Yeah, because the system is much more.
Yeah.
You know,
But but I'm saying like, people don't understand like this is what we're known for. This is what mankind is. We just recently got out of going to crazy ass wars. You know, Abraham Lincoln. You see how much people died under his wing? Like a lot of people. You know, it was like, and this is recently. You know,
right.
This is not even like a long time ago. You know,
This is like 200 years ago.
yeah, that's
Maybe
what I'm
200 years
saying.
ago.
So it's like we're just getting out of. It's like 2-3 generations.
Yeah.
You know, so we're still going to war now. It's not a lot. We don't see it as much because we are starting to understand like the war is not like we could do war, but it's like it's part of what you really want because at the end of the day is you're just gonna do a lot of damage to yourself. And so a lot of presidents and a lot of countries, they know that like, yo, if we go to war, it's gonna be bad for everybody.
Fact.
That's why we don't go to war. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't understand, like, yo, when it comes to like president being like fucked up, like being savage, like, yo, I'm gonna bomb your ass, I'm gonna do this. It's because you gotta show that kind of threat to like, for like North Korea, you know, they have their own threat. Like, yo, we got shit tons of bomb. Like, you bomb us, we're bombing you too. Like, we'll die. So like, it puts a fear in like presidents, you know. So if you don't have the mindset, like, you know what, fuck it, like, because a lot of women, like, if a woman does become president, they will think like, oh man, like imagine the kids in our country, the family, the grandmas, you know, they start like sympathizing, and then it shows weakness. So like it's like fuck,
Right.
And then it's like, then we're gonna just now we're gonna do, and then they're gonna get an upper hand on us.
True. And I feel like it just doesn't fall. Okay, for us that's watching and we see like the president do what they do, it's like, okay, it's not falling under our shoulders. It's mostly falling under the president's shoulders, right? So to you, it might seem bad, but to him, he's just thinking logically, like, whoever the president is, oh snap, like I need to make some sacrifices. If people have to die and children have to die, they're gonna have to die for the greater benefit of the good. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, I feel like I recommend people start watching Naruto, because the whole idea with like Itachi betraying the village just for one, like, an understanding, like, oh, he wants to save his brother and shit like that.
Yeah.
Him living that double life, like that to me makes a lot of sense now. And at first, like, you know, when you're first watching the anime, you're like, oh, I hate this dude because why he killed his whole family? And they explain, oh, to stop a freaking coup d'etat. Like, yo, they don't want his own family members causing rampage into a freaking hidden village. So he thought about it. He was like, you know what? Like, I'd rather kill my family, right? And serve the village instead of desert the village, being seen as, you know, this is the clan that messed up Konoha. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, oh, shit, you know? Yeah. But yeah.
Even they grew up with war.
Yeah.
War,
and that was just, you know? And that's just an anime.
And it's scary, like, even because you know how I know, like, you know how, like, you and me, we didn't grow up
Yeah. During
war,
times of war.
you know? Like, World War II, when did it end?
1945.
1940. That's not even long ago. We just didn't.
60 years? 60, 70 years.
How we stopped the fight, bombing Japan, and was that World War II, World War I?
World War II.
See, like, and look how much freaking innocent people died. How much
was
kids
D-Day.
and shit. It's like, imagine if we didn't do that. Imagine if we didn't retaliate when they bombed Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor, we lost a lot of men, and they were doing like I think kamikaze, but with planes. So they will drive their plane. They were literally trained as Japanese men.
Yeah.
You're gonna die. So your job is to drive the plane and hit the ships, the Navy ships.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So it was kind of fucked up, you know, back then. So it's like, imagine if we didn't bomb Japan, and we could have lost a lot more people. Then
a lot more people.
You know, fucking USA would have been Japan by now.
Maybe.
You know,
maybe. Even
so
though
we never know. So it's like, we gotta, like, at this point of time, like, we're living in an era with no war, thank God. But when it comes, I know a lot of people is gonna be fucking stressed, including me, because I never grew up with it.
Yeah.
Because like just thinking about World War III, I'm like, holy fuck, that's scary.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you see the skies, it's all like fire,
gunshots.
there's airplanes, wing wing wing. That shit just lands right in front of you and shit. That's always like it's kind of scary, you know.
Right.
I'm like damn. I hope it doesn't happen, and I
Yeah.
feel like with Afghan and shit going on, like I'm like, yo, it's gonna happen. I know Russia is gonna intervene.
They about to draft us, bro.
I know Russia. Like fuck, if I get drafted, bro,
You get drafted, bro. Draft me,
mind
bro.
cleaning, yeah, I don't mind cleaning shits. You guys can fight. I clean your underwear shit, bro.
Yo, if they give me a green card and if they draft me, bro, I do it, bro. First, give me a green card and then draft me. I would definitely go. Risk my life, bro.
Yeah, you gotta fuck. It's
But yeah,
just
that's
scary.
that's
It's
just-
scary, right?
Yeah, just to think about it.
Yeah.
But
So I'm like, damn. I hope I won't get drafted in my
true,
timeline.
true. But let's regress, yo. We're hitting our 1 hour mark. We about to hit y'all with. I hope y'all loved our rap session from
You wanna
last.
do rap session now, or
Yeah, let's do a rap
or
session.
you wanna do
right
the
now.
next video?
Huh?
On the next video, or you wanna do every episode?
Oh, that's tough. I don't know.
It don't matter.
You do it every episode.
Or we could do every other episode.
All right, let's do it every other episode. So we'll do it on the next one.
Because usually we have a
We'll-
guest, but this week we didn't have a guest.
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
yeah. Oh yeah. No, wait. Last video was a guest.
Yeah.
This
But
one
like I'm
is-
saying, like
Okay.
in our first 2 videos.
Oh yeah. All right. So the next one, since we don't have a guest, if anything, we'll just All right. Cool. All right. Anyways, guys, today was a great discussion on the topics of DACA and the presidents and
Wars.
Wars. Oh, imaginary
Civilization,
things.
how we grew up. Oh man.
Right.
That stuff like interests me. Like back then, I'm like, oh man. That's why I look at these great leaders. Like that's why I'm like, I look at Abraham Lincoln. I look at other people, Genghis Khan. Like I'm like, oh, what made them them?
Yeah.
What made them so great?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
What
like,
made them to lead the country and their nation, bringing pride into their country.
That's why I look at my problems now. I'm like, my problem ain't shit.
Yeah.
My problem ain't shit. I should be actually grateful. I should be like thankful. you
Yeah.
know?
Thankful that we have like such minuscule problems compared to what they've been through. Like, oh, we had to imagine like being tasked to like save the slaves. Bro, you know how many slaves there were?
Yeah.
Being tasked just to do that, bro.
It's-
Yeah, it's mind boggling. But anyways, guys, we wrapping this up.
yes, sir.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode 15 into
Episode
the
15.
Dumo podcast. And yo, what was our slogan? You told me last time, I think in our previous one. You told me, yo,
the
this is
last-
what we got to say. Always.
The last, right?
Yeah.
So, guys, hope you guys do enjoy and like this video. Make sure to subscribe. And like always,
Like always, that's what you said.
see you guys on our next episode.
Peace.
And it goes a little something like.